This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
A couple of big semi-finals in the AFL on this weekend. We got Carlton versus Melbourne. Absolute sellout. 95,000 they're expecting there straight off the bat. And then it's the Port Adelaide versus the Giants game. Luke Darcy is going to be calling some of the action for Channel 7. We're speaking to him now. Darcy, good morning.
Shawnee, great to speak to you, mate. It's been a while. Finals have been good fun so far, so looking forward to this weekend.
Hey, actually, the last time I reckon I saw you was in the north of Perth, which we call Bali. I reckon it was in Canggu, walking around somewhere. You still got places up there?
I spent a bit of time up there, Shawnee. Yeah, we have had a place just not far from Canggu, Sukhavati, Bali, health retreat, Shawnee. I encourage all the
there we go.
WA listeners to get up there and check it out. We love it. No, we spent a bit of time up there, and in fact, the day after the grand final, I'm on the first plane up there, which I'm looking forward to.
Oh, let's talk about your health retreat. Can you get a burger there or not?
A healthy burger.
Well, you can get what you like, but it's probably not on the menu, that I would have thought. But you're more sort of swimming around at the organic vegetarian end, if that's
okay.
To you. But
and is it a place where you go into a teepee and someone gongs you as well? Is that how wellness is that, or like the hot stone in the girls' hoo-ha? Is that what we're talking about?
I haven't got a gong or a teepee, but more around the sort of massage and a bit of a cleanse. Sounds like you need one. Whether
that's Nathan.
Sounds like he's angling for a freebie, doesn't it?
yeah. Heat those stones up.
There are a couple of big games. Before we get to that, Darcy, it's been a long time since I have spoken to you, but your son, Sam, plays for the Western Bulldogs under a father-son rule. How has that been for you over the last couple of years?
Yeah, it's a strange feeling, Shawnee, to be honest with you. You feel like you're old, mate, and we are getting old. Yeah. But, yeah, for the first time in your life, you suddenly see footy in a different way, and you're watching him. He's had a few setbacks this year, but for the first time in life, you see danger out there, and you're going, don't run there, don't go for that one. And Lucky's never listened to me in his life because he just does what he does. But it's also beautiful, mate. He loves it. He's in a great environment. And, mate, as you remember, playing sport for a living is incredible fun, so he's pretty lucky to do it.
I mean, the father-son rule is fantastic, but if he'd gone to another club, how would you have felt about that?
Look, I remember when he was young, we live in Hawthorn here in Melbourne, and right through that era where the Hawks won those 3 premierships, and he would have been, 6 or 7 years of age at the time, and they had all of the post-premiership celebrations. And I think one day he came home and said, Dad, I think I want to barrack for Hawthorn. And I said, yeah, that's great, no problems at all. You just got to find a new family.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And that'd be the same conversation now if he wants to change classes.
Absolutely, Darcy.
As you guys know, I don't really, I don't watch football, but I want to know, Mum and Dad, right? So once the Eagles were out, I thought that Mum and Dad's interest would be out, but they're not. Now the Mum's jumped on another team, and so how does one, once your team's out, choose the next team they're going to support, and then the next team they're going to support? Do you have it? And is there an internal hatred always for another team over another team?
Yes, Collingwood.
There can be, Nate, but I'll just jump in before you address that one, Luke. But I find myself finding some kind of underdog. So many years ago, it was the Western Bulldogs when they finished 8th, and they were able to win the title then. And for some reason, I'm just pulled towards the GWS Giants. Maybe it's because their song. Who doesn't love to wear orange?
Because you want to pick them up and give them a cuddle.
What do you reckon, Luke?
Well, to me, it used to be the team that's as far away from where you are as possible, so you don't have to see them celebrate.
Okay, no, that's a solid argument.
The Western Australian teams on the back of that, but I must admit, I probably go for the individuals now. Craig McRae sort of changed the game in some ways, the way he coaches. It's a bit unnerving, actually, wanting Collingwood to do well, but I think Craig's had such an impact on the game. It's hard not to wish him well.
Yeah, that's a weird one because people have been asking me, who do you think will win? I think Collingwood, my reason is they play the best football and they deserve to be at the top of the pops. And people, because they hate Collingwood so much, can't even entertain
can't fathom that.
Yeah.
But I think, they deserve it. Luke, what game are you going to be doing? Is Saturday night?
Lucky to be going to both of them, actually. So Carlton, Melbourne, I'll be doing Friday night, which will be unbelievable. You said, I think in the intro, it's going to be sold out, and we've had a couple of 90,000 plus crowds at the MCG. The Carlton fanatics are going crazy here. Melbourne, 12 years between winning the finals, unheard of in the proud Carlton history last week. And, look at Paddy Cripps, played 180 games. That was his first final last weekend. So they are up and about big time. That will be huge. So looking forward to that. Melbourne are going to be hard to beat, though. I think Melbourne probably win that one. They're heading over for Channel 7, over to Adelaide, Port Adelaide and GWS, which is another cracker as well, home final for Port Adelaide. But the Giants, they're a good side. They're a genuine chance for mine.
What's your preparation like? Do you get up in the morning, get to the gym, yoga, as Nathan said, hot stones, as we know you would do it in Bali, but you are calling in Adelaide, so what's the go?
I'm a bit embarrassed that mate, Shaun, I've been reduced to jumping on a spin bike these days, mate.
Are you, the big man in Lycra?
It's like, mate, yeah, that's right. I mean, the fact that you think that's exercise sort of shows you where I'm at, mate, these days. But that was me this morning at 6 o'clock. Took Dennis the dog for a walk, and mate, we'll be on the plane Saturday. Not much really from our point of view. We sit the best seat in the house, and as you know, don't make too many mistakes up there from our end. So,
no.
Mate, you always feel pretty privileged to watch these games this time of year. And mate, I think the game's in great shape. The footy's awesome, and I always feel pretty lucky to be still calling the action.
Dennis the dog, I'm intrigued.
I love human names.
I love human names on a dog. There's a dog around the corner from my place called Gary. Just love it. So who else, what other pets have we got and what are their names?
No, Dennis is named after the great Dennis Committee.
Yeah. Right.
Which is through my third, I'm trying to remember the kids. The third one's Will. And he was a big fan of Dennis Committee. And Dennis got to meet Dennis, actually.
Did he? That's great.
And I occasionally get a text from Dennis asking after Dennis the Staffy. So,
Dennis the human asks about Dennis the dog?
He has, yeah. He's kept a close eye on Dennis the Blue Staffy.
That's so good. Well, Darcy, really love your work. I can't wait to watch you on Channel 7 on Saturday night. Should be a cracking game, as all the AFL finals have been and will continue to be.
See you in Bali, yeah?
Yeah, well, that's it.
Well, we might take the team up to Sukhavati, Bali. What do you think, guys?
Hey, now we're cooking.
Good. Sounds good. Thanks, Darcy.
Good on you, Darcy.
Thanks, guys.
Good to speak to you.
See you guys.
Great to have Emma O'Driscoll from the Fremantle Dockers in the house. And it's great, actually, because the Doig medal was just the other night, and all the AFLW girls went along. And if you saw photos of Emma, she looks stunning.
I know.
On the carpet.
Banging dress,
on the purple
Emma.
carpet,
Well
Emma.
done.
Jeez, where'd you get your dress from? Witchery? I don't know. Is Witchery still open?
Stunning,
Oh, that's
unlike
good.
now I'm in my hoodie.
Yeah.
But yes, the other night was great. I was saying before that all of us girls had tans, went to the Bahamas overnight.
And then I said, we went to the Bahamas.
Long way to go.
I didn't know that that's
flew in
code
from
for tan.
Melbourne, got a transfer to international and then flew out again.
Well, Qantas are doing well now, aren't they? Since we've shown a lot on them.
No, the dog was great. Well done to Caleb Sarong, who won. I actually walked in with my brother, Nathan O'Driscoll.
Who also plays at the Dockers, yes.
Correct. I'm not getting a game at the moment because I am the better O'Driscoll.
Yes, you
It
are.
was never in doubt.
Yes, walked in with him, took a few photos, and the external media that were there actually wrote that we were husband and wife, so that's great.
The O'Driscolls, here they are.
You shouldn't have been making out with him in the photo. I mean, what are people going to think?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think that the hand slid a bit low, I reckon.
I mean, you're from Northam. Oh, that's all.
Your mum said, what did your mum say, though, when you go to these events?
Yeah, Mum always rips me for not getting a photo with him. So I'm at the front of the line. There's a line for the photos. And Nathan's talking to everyone in the background. And I've waited there specifically to get a photo because Mum's not going to get mad at him. She's going to get mad at me.
Yes.
Called him over, Nath, come on. So then he is obviously so embarrassed in front of his teammates, who are all pulling the mickey out of him because he's getting a photo with his sister.
And pointing out that he's the second best
But he wasn't. He was getting a photo with his wife. With his sister wife. There's a TV show about it.
Is he actually married?
No, God, no.
Oh, he is to his sister, Emma.
Nathan's only 20, isn't he?
He's 21, yep.
Yeah, right.
Get the West Australian guys because it'll be Emma and Nathan O'Driscoll, husband and wife.
Beautiful couple. Beautiful couple.
Well, you did look amazing, by the way. Did you put a
Scrub
do you
up all
stress
right?
out about those events?
Oh,
I mean,
God.
because we have the Your Awards night anyway at the end of the season, but yeah.
Yes, it's stressful, but I think I like it because we never see each other dressed up. So I think you always see each other in your footy gear. Everyone usually looks terrible at training. And then we go to these events and everyone scrubs up pretty well. So, it's a good day to be girly. I'd say.
But is it a thing where it's almost a little bit embarrassing when people look at us,
Because everybody
right?
goes,
And
oh
then
my God,
then
you look amazing.
Me and Nathan take our hats off for once or put stuff in our hair.
And people are like,
my
oh,
God,
you
it's
do
incredible.
rub up. Look at you.
be impressing.
Yeah, I actually reckon I had 3 people not recognise me. So that's I must have looked awesome.
What about for next year? What about, because I know that you're saying it's really great to get, to not wear your footy gear. What if you were to get a designer to make a dress out of your footy jerseys? How good would that be? Gross?
No, she's just shaking her
I
head.
absolutely hate that.
Would that not be?
Don't wear them enough.
It's a bit Project Runway, isn't it?
Yeah, that is Project Runway.
That's classic.
Well, the Dockers are playing this week back at home on Saturday, actually up against Hawthorn after going down to Collingwood away. I want to go back to the first game of the season, which I was watching, and Fremantle won the Derby. And in late in the quarter, you caught one right in the beak.
Oh, God.
So what happened there?
So I did mention that I don't play footy without bleeding. I said that to you guys last time.
Yeah.
So got a blood nose. I reckon there was a minute to go. I did say to the girls it was pretty tactical because it was getting close and it was down their end. So I just wanted a timeout, get off the field, let the girls have a settle.
Walk
The best
off
way to
really
do that
slowly.
is to get a face full of football.
Yeah, exactly right. There's actually a photo of me wrapping this girl up in a tackle. My cheek has hit her cheek, and it's like we're kissing. And then I've gone
Oh, my
down.
God, you're cheating on your brother Nathan.
Oh my God.
He'd be furious.
Damn, Nathan was there too. And then we have gone down in a tackle. I've hit Gabby O'Sullivan's elbow, and then, the schnoz starts bleeding. Wasn't great, but we resolved it pretty quickly, and I was back out the next week.
Never had a blood nose in my life.
What do you mean?
I've never had one.
he's
The only
never
blood
played
nose I've
contact
ever
sport.
had is my cousin, because I said I've never had a blood nose, and my cousin Larissa got a fork and rammed it up my nose. And so,
What?
then there's just a little trickle of blood came out because she scraped
I've never had
it.
one either, Nathan.
Yeah,
Never.
Yeah.
No.
Never.
Yeah.
And I had brothers that beat me up all the time.
well,
But still,
my brother was a ninja.
Fell off horses
so-
and everything. Nothing.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, it honestly felt like I jumped in a pool and water had shot up there for about 7 days.
Well,
Yeah,
my brother would wake up with his pillow soaked in blood. He was one of those, like a nighttime
There are
bleeder.
people like that.
Yeah.
One time, Pav got me at training. We're just doing a.
Oh, geez, that would have been a tsunami. were people holding onto wardrobes fighting for their lives?
Was it nose on nose?
What
What happened?
me and he elbowed me right across the face.
Oh,
It
that's
just
fun.
broke my nose completely.
Yeah.
Broke it completely.
Yeah.
So when it was pushed to one side of your face?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's so funny though. The docs then just grab it and push it back to the other side.
Yeah, but can they get like a bubble level or a ruler, like to make sure they get in the right
You
spot?
reckon this looks like they've got a ruler on it? So this game against Hawthorn, there's a few things going on at the game, actually. There's a lot of music happening, Em.
Yeah, it's the Southern Sounds game. So we have different rounds. This week's Southern Sounds. So it's really festival vibe. So even if you don't like football, come down. There's the
cool.
Wazamba band, like the drums.
Oh, the
that they do.
drummers, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
There's a couple of platforms now that you can go out and have a few tins whilst watching the game on the outer side.
Yes, my parents do love that. I think they migrate their way around the oval. On the far side, we have a deck now.
Yeah.
And we also have a big screen TV, so you can see the game like live replays.
Yeah, right, nice.
Which is really nice too.
But I
You
mean,
chuck a
you
TAB
never-
out there and you won't get me away
Yeah,
from the
you're
joint.
never very far from the action either. So, I love how they've got a screen. It's right there. You can just look at it.
I know that.
No, it's great.
You're right in front of it.
It's a great family day out. Make sure to take your brother wives or your sister husbands and your,
I need $10
your
tickets.
nephew children, your niece daughters.
Under 18s are free, or
Under
for all
18s
of those
free.
nephew children.
Oh, get along. Check out
Exactly.
Fremantle. They're up against Hawthorn. Should be a good game down in Fremantle. 3:05 will be the bounce down.
On Saturday, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Looking forward to you putting on a show, mate.
Absolutely. Can't wait, guys.
Where will she bleed from this week? Who knows?
Well, that's a terrible question.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.